I'm a voiceover actor based out of Los Angeles. I've been doing voiceovers since the earth cooled, and I've done a lot of shit, literally sometimes. And but I'm not really a household name. Hence the reason that this panel is called what it is. And so I just wanted to hang out with you guys for an hour or so and talk. And it's not going to be me standing up here and just telling stories and lecturing and all of that stuff. I want to talk with you guys and find out what your interests are and what shows you like and how you got into anime and all of that stuff. And we will punctuate it with some visual aids, clips from shows, anime shows, and some games that I've done. Well, to start off, I began my voiceover career pretty much back in, I guess, 1983 or 4 with the original Robotech and Captain Harlock series. I was third guy from the left who screams when he blows up, and I did that for a long time. We were on the night crew at a studio in Hollywood, and we would literally be there all night, and they would just come and wake us up to go into the booth to do our screams or whatever it is we were going to do, and then we would go back to sleeping in the stairwells or on the floor, whatever, along with all the cockroaches and things like that. I was really happy when I graduated to doing characters that actually had names and said things as opposed to just screaming. That's a lot more satisfying, but that didn't come until significantly after that. I've been a fixture in the anime and gaming world for probably about 12 years, and I've done some pretty recognizable titles. Any of you guys play World of Warcraft? I'm the voice of Mal'Ganis and Celine Fireheart, and there's a new patch coming out, Firelands, I think, something like that is what it's called. Anyway, and I do a big bad boss called Fandral Staghelm in that. It's like, of course you do. What else would he do? Right? Which is nice, and according to Blizzard, that puts me at the top of the bad guy food chain with that. So that's pretty cool. I was always a second-rate villain. I play a lot of villains. I also play a lot of emperors. I got my start in a series called 12 Kingdoms. Was it General? You can't. Oh, thank you. I'll take that. Gyoso? Lord Gyoso? I think that's me. I've had that effect, but usually not for this reason.
I'm excited.
Okay, me too. So yeah, that was my first series, first full-fledged series. So yeah, I went to playing emperors a lot. I was also in a show called Moribito, where I was the emperor in that. And when I'm not playing emperors, I'm the gay guy. And sometimes I'm the gay emperor. I was. A game called Samurai Heroes. Basra 3, yeah.
You're shocking. You're shocking.
I don't know what you're saying. I was shocking?
Yoshiaki.
Yoshiaki. Yes, I was. Yes, that was me. Yoshiaki Mogami. Sing me. Or something like that. So yeah, it's fun to be able to combine characters like that. The gay emperor. I knew it was only a matter of time before it came. I was also one of my earlier series was called Overman King Gainer. I don't know if you're familiar with that one. You know that one? And oh god, Kashmir Val, the bad guy who wears pink. Dude, I rocked it. I don't want to tell you. I'm pretty badass in that pink with the fur. Yeah, and they kept telling me, okay. Hell yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm secure. That was the direction that I kept getting for that was, dude, more gay. Because I came in, and you know, there's degrees of gay, and so I would start out with you know, your base level, and dude, more gay. Ratchet it up, dude, more gay. And finally, it's just way over the top and, you know, borderline offensive to people who are offended by stereotypes. And it's like, yeah, that's good. And it was funny as hell. God, I watch it. Oh, wow, really? That's... And that's actually the complete opposite. Well, no, not the complete opposite. One of my other shows, that anime shows that I did, it was probably my favorite anime that I've done thus far. Is a show called Girl Lago. And where I played Keaton. But I was not brought in to read for Keaton originally. I was brought in to read for Leroy.
Oh, the gay guy.
Of course.
Exactly, because of my history with the studio. And Leron, of course, went to Steve Bloom, who is magnificent, and he was hilarious in it, and did a great job. But it was the same process. It's like they were the director, and forgive me again talking about stereotypes, but it only works if I try to match the accent of the director. She's a delightful, wonderful Japanese woman, and she was giving me direction, and she was saying, "Well, Chris, he is not masculine, not masculine. So you do." So I did it. Chris, he's a more feminine. So more feminine. So I did it again. Third time comes back. More gay. But I guess I wasn't gay enough for them, and that's fine, because I wound up getting to do Keaton, and had a blast, just a blast doing that role, because we don't always get the chance to sort of tap into the characters that we play, because there's such a detachment for us practically as voice actors. We show up, we get the script, we watch the thing, we match the lines. We don't always really just connect to the characters. But with Keaton, I just really connected with him. He was fun to do. I was sad when the show was over. It was really a wonderful experience. And at the time we were doing it, Lost was very popular. And I don't know how many of you watched Lost. No? There's a character on Lost named Sawyer, and Sawyer talks like this. And this was the original way I was going to come in and do Keaton. And you guys are thinking, okay, and it was a good idea that I did. But anyway, really fun show to do. Another great show that I did not too long ago is Vampire Night, which some of you may have seen. Played the gay guy. Yeah. The headmaster of the academy, the Vampire Academy, and he's actually pretty badass. At least that's what they told me. They promised me badassery when I came in. It's like, but no, he's wearing a shawl. He's drinking tea and he's skipping around. He's flouncing. No, it gets badass. Really? You know, and I waited, and yes, indeed, he does get badass at the end. But he spends a lot of time being really flamboyant. Those of you who know the show, know the character, and those of you who don't know the show or the character, I'll play it for you now.
That won't happen. It's our job to keep their identities a complete secret. I mean, that's why the academy is set up the way it is, so we can keep the day class and the night class separate from each other. For the two to coexist, day class mustn't know the truth about night class. And that's why your work as guardians is so critical. You are the only two I can trust with this duty. But by giving this job to my dear son and loving daughter, I alleviate any sense of guilt.
I do have certain obligations to you, but I do not remember agreeing to become your son.
You're such a stickler for details, Zero.
Well, it seemed to me the night class is actually doing a pretty good job of getting along with the day class. And I really don't mind having to help out.
You're such a good girl. You make me so proud of you.
Headmaster?
Call me Father.
Okay, Father.
Yuki, you are the only one who truly understands my pacifist ideology. You see, it has long been my dream to finally reach a day where we can once and for all bring an end to the dark shared history between vampires and humans. With their open minds and keen intellect, today's youth can bridge the gap and bring harmony between our species for the first time in centuries. That's why I do what I do. Why I do.
Zero! Again?
Well, I understand what Zero is saying. There are vampires that attack humans. If people knew the truth about night class, it would cause an uproar.
Okay. And Gurren Laga?
Yeah!
That's all. Big epic show. So, I mean, just shout it out. What are some other shows? They don't have to be ones that I've done. What are some favorite shows?
Darker Than Black. That's a good one.
The Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya.
I said it better than I could. Princess. All right. Sounds like a show I should have been in. I wasn't. Yeah. It's which one? Okay. You say so.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
The downside about being based out of California is that is not where most of the anime is done anymore. Most of it is done out of Texas. Go figure. But you know, you guys, I'm sure you guys are all familiar with Funimation. They get their hands on easily 75% of all the anime that comes out of Japan, and we maybe get 15% of it, and 10% of it goes to New York. So when there is a show that one of our studios gets, like Bang Zoom or Studiopolis or something like that, everybody gets really excited because it's the only game in town. Literally, now that I think Bleach is the only show that is still recording regularly in LA. No more Naruto, no more Blaze Blue. Yeah, I did some time on Bleach for my sins, and that was fun. Anybody watch Bleach? Yeah.
Wonder Ways, I think.
I
didn't know who did it, but then I saw Wonder Ways.
Yeah, thank you. How would he be more gay? How would he be more gay? More lispy.
Were you with ADV back in the day?
Did they do what?
Were you with ADV?
I was not. No. I was not. Not with Genion directly, but I mean they were the major importer for California. And so when they went belly up, so did most of the anime in California. It wasn't pretty. Forget what we were talking about. I got sidetracked. It happens. Anime, that's what it was. Thank you. How foolish of me. Bleach. Bleach, very, very fun show to do. I was, as pointed out, I was Wonder Weiss. A character named Rose, who had just great hair, and Matiko Kibune, who had really great purple hat, glasses, and this weird-ass purple turtleneck, shaggy turtleneck dicky thing. It was like, and what's strange is that was the director on that show is someone who is not all that concerned about specifics. Like, I went in and I had never read. They just plugged me in to Kibune. I didn't audition for it. And I got into the studio, and Jeff, the director, is sitting there, and I never worked with him before either, so I'm kind of trying to feel him out. And I said, so. Kibune, what does he sound like? And Jeff says, I don't know, you tell me. It's like, come up with something now. Here's a picture. And he wound up sounding something like this. Little John Lithgow and George Takei. And he goes, great, that's exactly what I thought he was going to sound like.